Y'all, I never thought I'd be having to make a video on Thomas Petrou. It seems like this guy is going through a midlife crisis, and it's really sad. So if you guys know anything about Thomas Petrou, then you guys would know that he was the founder of the Hype House. And guys, it's so crazy that it's about to be 2 years since the Hype House was founded, but we all know how dramatic these past 2 years have been ever since the Hype House was founded. And honestly, you guys, the fact that Thomas Petrou is now coming clean on social media about the Hype House, his past with the lawsuit drama, and how he lost all his relationships with almost every Hype House member is honestly so sad. Thomas decided to finally give an update on the whole lawsuit situation, and y'all, surprisingly, he said that him and Daisy actually finally settled this whole lawsuit out almost 2 years later. He said how he basically wants to leave all the drama in the past and that him and Daisy are pretty much on good terms now, but he can't speak much on the lawsuit just yet because they both signed documents.
Conversation's sticky because we both have signed something saying we're not allowed to speak about each other, so we can't really talk. And it was because her team was attempting to sue me, which failed horribly, and then they withdrawed, and now we can't talk. There was backdated evidence of me and Alex discussing this years before I met Daisy. It took a long time because during that whole period of the first lawsuit, I'd never been sued before or been through that. But yeah, it was horrible. I was throwing up every day from anxiety every morning, but we worked through it, and I talked to her a week ago, and we kind of put everything in the past.
Since Thomas Petrou decided to come clear about the lawsuit, he also decided to come clear recently and say how his life changed recently ever since he founded the Hype House, and also how he's been feeling about the fact that he's lost so many relationships with people that got even more famous than him, including Charli D'Amelio, Chase Hudson, and many other TikTokers. First, Thomas explained how he's been anxious being in the public eye, and how the whole Chase situation pretty much ruined his life, and that he wishes it all would have been dealt with privately.
Sometimes I wish people didn't take things so seriously. I wish that in being in the public eye, I wish that people handled things privately. For example, with the Chase thing, me and Chase talked about it after, and I apologized to him for hurting him or for upsetting him in general, and we talked it through. But I wish that those things didn't have to be in the public eye, because it's those things should be handled in private. A lot of the time I'm not doing well, but I feel like a lot of other people aren't doing well, and I'm sure that you guys are struggling, and so am I.
Then Thomas opened up about how everyone has been fake to him ever since the Hype House slowly started to die out. Thomas went super deep to explain the LA environment and how everyone just slowly starts to be fake after they start getting famous. And y'all, he even decided to shade Charli D'Amelio, saying that he wasn't even close with her as well anymore, as well as Chase Hudson. This was what he had to say when he was asked about if he was close with any of the TikTokers from the Hype House anymore.
Do I still talk to Charli? No, not really. Haven't talked to her in a minute. The last I saw her for the first time in a while, a month ago, and it was really nice to see her. But I don't talk to her. I've tried, I've reached out. It's just I don't know. I think that people are I think this city kind of rots your brain, and I think it's really hard for people, especially in her caliber, to with how far she's gone, to be friends with people like us. I'm sure she's not perfectly okay. I just want her to be okay. Do I talk to Chase? Not really. It's really hard to get used to the fake people in LA that. You can't explain it until you're out in this industry, but being out here, you guys would be wow. A lot of people here do not know how to be respectful of other people. They don't know how, I don't know. This city is weird. I can't. You guys notice, I don't go to events. I don't go to parties. I don't go to events. I don't do anything because I hate socializing with these people out here in LA. It's just, nothing is ever genuine.
Thomas also explained how his only friends now are Nikita Dragon and a few others, since Charli, Chase, and all the other members barely keep in contact with him anymore. Which obviously they aren't obligated to, but he seemed pretty upset about it, you guys. And this is what he had to say.
One of my only friends outside of this house is Nikita, because she's actually real and treats me and Mia right, and the rest of the house. It's a lot of other people I don't really talk with anymore. Do I still reach out to old friends? Yeah, most of them just don't respond. Like, I think a lot of people, when they're not around people, they're not friends with them anymore. I think that's just like something that happens when you don't hang out with people. I always just try to check in on everyone just to see how they're doing, but most of the time they don't respond. But that's like a very LA thing. Like, LA people don't respond to anyone. Like, they think it's cool. I don't know. I don't. As long as they're all doing well, I'm happy. Like, that's how I am. I just want everyone else to be okay.
Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the hype house has obviously been starting to die out tremendously, and it honestly just isn't as popping anymore as it has been over the last 2 years. If you guys have noticed, Thomas has actually been posting old photos on the hype house Instagram page, and many people have been pointing out how he doesn't even post any up-to-date nor recent photos with any of the members anymore. And obviously this all explains it, since Thomas basically explained that no one's really super close with each other anymore.
On the business end, like when it came time when I was like, hey, I need your guys' help if you're gonna be like equity partners in this business, like I was like, you guys got to help me do this, and this. And they were all like, well, we want equity, but we want to go leave and not do anything. And I was like, well, this is where it's not fair. If you want a piece of this, then you got to do your share. You got to hop on all the meetings. You got to do all the Zooms. You got to do all this. And they're like, well, I don't want to do any of that. And I'm like, well, then this isn't this isn't fair. Then.
So where would you say, like right now, the hype for the hype houses?
We're at slow point number 3. So we had insane blow up. Quarantine hit, everyone had to go home. So huge drop down, engagement fell completely, moved to a second house, boosted it to the highest we ever had it. Like Hype House was averaging like 1 million likes on Instagram, which was insane for a collective group. Then it slowed down again. We moved again. It got a little jump. Now slowed down again. Netflix, little jump. It's just like, it's just like this. And part of that is bringing in new talent and working with new people.
Anyways, I definitely want to know what you guys think about the fact that the hype house is basically broken apart now. Also, what do you think about what Thomas had to say in his live? Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.